what has happened here, and I've asked the Inspector General to come in and do a walkthrough here. The VA has welcomed that. Vincent has welcomed that, so that's in progress. I'll try to join the Inspector General for the VA at that time when he does his walkthrough. But what happened here is that we had a pipe burst, a 6-inch chiller pipe burst, and it flooded the pharmacy area where the vaccines have been kept. During that cleanup operation, some of the contractor personnel that were doing the abatement accidentally pulled the freezer out. The freezers are rather large. They're by Thermo-Scientific. They're on rollers, however. They're brand new, state-of-the-art. And when they pulled out the freezer to clean up behind it, and there was a lot of rust-colored water on the floor at the time, when they pulled that freezer out, inadvertently it pulled the plug away from the top of the freezer, and so that was allowed to the temperature to drop, and so the vaccines that were in there at that time, about 1,900 doses, were compromised. They went below the temperature that they're allowed to be stored at. So those were lost, unfortunately. Since that time, the engineering crew has come in from the VA and rewired those freezers so that doesn't happen again. The doses that were being kept here have been moved to Brockton and to West Roxbury, while this cleanup operation is still ongoing. So for the time being, we think we've got the situation corrected. However, again, I'd like to wait for the final word from the Inspector General for the VA to make sure that we've crossed all our T's and dotted all our I's, and that we have everything in a good situation. If there are any questions for myself or for Vincent, we'd be happy to take them.
Congressman, so nothing sinister happened inside?
Right. It's our belief at this time that it was just a sort of a perfect storm where we had this pipe burst a couple of weeks ago, and so that whole area had been flooded. I think 3 floors had been compromised, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So it just so happened that the pharmacy was one of the areas that was affected. And it's our belief, and after reviewing the whole situation, there's an ongoing cleanup operation there now. They have contractors in there. We believe it was simply an accident. It was, part of the contributing factor was the way these plugs operate, and one of them is an offset, so it's very difficult to pull out, but the one at the top of the freezer was a direct pull, like you might have at home, where the plug comes out very easily. So the engineering staff here have corrected that. They've created a bracket. They've taken pictures of that plug and sent it around to all the other VA hospitals that have this Thermo-Scientific freezer, so that in the event that might happen again somewhere else, these brackets can actually be added to make that an impossibility.